So, Lorenzo, my friend, I want to pick your brain and I want you to think about or talk to me about things that are underrated, like in your experience when you've gone through, you know, CRO programs for, that you feel like they're not actually part of what people do, and it's a low-hanging fruit that can actually drive good results. Does something come to mind?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about five things. I'm gonna start with the one that I know you're a huge fan of as well, which is watching infomercials. And I didn't know who, like the first time that I've known infomercials for years, but the first time that I actually had to look into the concept was because of a book that I read from Joe Sugarman, who basically, like, I think he started like a company about infomercials, but in the US. And he was talking as a format of one-to-one selling. So it's like, I'm a copywriter, I do, I sell for a living with words, written words. I'm just gonna do the same for one-to-one selling using demonstration of the product. And then, so I highly recommend people to one of the things, I'm gonna confess you a secret here, Rishi. One of the things that I do every time I work with a new client is I go look at QVC, home kitchen network, to see if they're selling any similar product to the one of my client. And basically, I just gather a bunch of ideas from infomercials. But it could be something very simple, right? Like visualize the value of the product, or how to frame a pain, how to frame how they use social proof. And it's crazy. These guys are making billions and billions of dollars with this business model. The second one is customer reviews mining. I love that. This is we talk in every single episode of ours about how I do it. So if you're interested to learn more, just actually we did an episode about how actually I do it. So just go on YouTube and we'll have a video that explains that. I'm gonna give you another nugget, like the other third activity that I do, which is also something that I do when I start working with clients as well. And it's watch YouTube videos of the product that is being reviewed by YouTubers. So for example, if you and I one day will work on old birds, right? What I would do is I would go on YouTube and start watching a bunch of videos of people reviewing old birds. And the reason why this is so powerful is because, a lot of YouTube influencers are, pretty much natural salespeople, and they use a lot of very interesting techniques to kind of like talk about the product. They're buyers as well, so I'm taking a look at both perspective, the salesman perspective, but also the consumer and the buyer.
Yeah, no, I love that.
The other two, I actually wrote them down. The other two, one is I wrote about this on LinkedIn the other day, which is, so when I was living in the US, I remember going crazy with the amount of direct mails and flyers that we would get in the mail every single day. In the UK, somehow they don't send it over to me anymore. But a lot of them are like super, super, super interesting ads. Like probably like the smarter marketers in the world use that as an advertising channel. So I would highly recommend people to collect those and use them as CRO marketing ideas, inspiration for marketing and CRO ideas, rather than to trash them. And then finally, this is something that I learned actually from conversion rate experts when I read their book, which is basically like buy your competitors' products, and just start to analyze from the entire funnel until you actually start consuming the product, what they've done, and kind of like get some inspiration for ideas there.
I love this. I'm going to add a sixth
Please.
one. I love it. I really like it. I'm going to add one more, which is something that I do, which is every month I walk into a retail store, it doesn't matter. It could be a grocery store, it could be Walmart, it doesn't matter. Any store where they are selling products, I walk into that retail store and I spend an hour just picking up random products that I don't even want to buy. But I'm actually reading the packaging on the product. And the reason I'm so fascinated by this is that these guys have the toughest job in the world. Someone is going to randomly come and pick up a product. You can't even like drive them to the product. Like they literally have to just randomly come. And then you have such limited real estate in
Yeah.
which you need to communicate something to make a sale. So I'm always paying attention to how they do it. And you get tons of ideas. And you can also look at products that are adjacent to them and
Yeah.
say, okay, how are their competitors doing it? What angle are they exploiting? It's very, very interesting. And it'll just give you ideas that can directly be applied to what you're doing.
Do you take photos of the packaging? And nice,
I
nice,
do.
nice.
Yeah. I don't, unlike you, I don't have a proper swipe file, but I do take pictures. I post it on LinkedIn sometimes, but mostly I'm like just building a mental archive of like things that I've seen that I really like. And like even words, I mean, for me, I'm looking at it for inspiration for copywriting. Like, what are some of the words they're using that pack a lot of meaning in a few words so I can use them on product pages? So it's really powerful.
Yeah, if you guys are in the process of launching a new product, or if you guys are thinking about rebranding the current packaging, please give Rishi a call or ping Rishi on LinkedIn. He's gonna give you a lot of advice around how to improve your packaging.
Thanks, Lorenzo. Yes, happy to help anyone watching the video. If you like, comment, and share the video. So see you guys.
Bye,
Bye.
buddy.